First time I challenge, he responds. He takes the bait as if he's taunting me. He waves 100 magic wands, and soon 100 men just cease to be. I haven't figured out just how. He doesn't kill them with a knife or gun, but if you ask me here and now, I'm pretty sure that Kira is your son.
I wonder, is this guy for real? I wonder, is he who he claims to be? And if he isn't, what's the deal? Why would he make a point of telling me?
He doesn't rattle easily. He's such a common, cool, collected guy. And if he kills while he's with me, like it or not, I am his alibi.
All or nothing, so let's get to it. This time stalemate, but just you wait. Clock is ticking, so let's just do it. Let's begin, thick or thin, lose or win, this is it. His name is obviously fake, so he inoculates himself from me. He's waiting for my first mistake, so I'll wait also, but more patiently.
Just like two actors on a stage, go through the motions that we both rehearsed. Our little new atomic age, eyeball to eyeball, we'll see who blinks first.
All or nothing, so let's get to it. This time stalemate, but just you wait. Clock is ticking, so let's just do it. No taboos, light the fuse, win or lose, this is it.
I know you're gonna love my brand new song. It's full of private little hidden clues, so we can find each other in a crowd. And when we do, you know I'm yours to use. I feel like we were born for just one thing. I know we're gonna be a perfect fit. You'll be my heart and I will be your eyes. It's me and you forever, this is it.
All or nothing, so let's get to it. This time stalemate, but just you wait. Clock is ticking, so let's just do it. Let's begin, light the fuse, go all in, win or lose, I win, this is it.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Alright, testing. Testing. Nice, okay. Hello everyone, it is I, Pathetic Ivy. And, I like Death Note. Did you guys know that I like Death Note? I feel like I start every single Death Note stream like this. But I'm gonna start it the exact same way. Death Note is my favorite piece of fiction just ever. It is so ungodly perfect. And today, I scour a lot of Death Note related media because I like Death Note a lot, and so I want to consume everything I can about it. I've watched the anime, I read the Los Angeles BB murder cases, I've played the goddamn Among Us knockoff, I've watched the god-awful Netflix movie. Anything Death Note, I have searched for. I've scoured the internet. And that includes this game. Death Note Kira game for the Nintendo DS. I'm gonna keep it a sec. I have played this game before, but it is so ungodly peak, and I need more excuses to play it. So we're playing Death Note Kira game for the Nintendo DS because it makes me happy. That's about it. Let me make sure it's set up. Okay, I will full screen it. I just needed to make sure you see how fire this opening is. So yeah, this is definitely a DS. We're definitely using a DS right now to play this game. I'm just gonna end the poll. Thank you, Konami. So, just gonna make sure this shows up swimmingly on everyone's screen. Yep. I probably should have created a border for this in hindsight. Let me just check audio bouncing. Okay, it seems to be fine. And so, there is a story mode to this game. There is a story mode. I've played the first hour of it. And I was considering, because I just played the single round mode because it's the most fun on my phone and just like play it on the go essentially. I was thinking about doing the story mode for like a series of streams. I then looked up how long it takes to finish the story of this game, and it sits at around 30 hours, and decided, no, okay, I'm not doing that. So, we're just gonna play solo mode. And I did set a poll going for people to vote on who we play as first. But I'm just gonna pick my boy Al, because no one voted on the poll. And in this, you'll see what I mean, as this game is very annoyingly complicated, as anything Death Note should be. L is referred to simply as Ryazaki in this game, which is one of his many aliases used in Death Note. Because L, the character, and L, the role in this game, can be two different people. So he's referred to as Ryazaki for just simplicity's sake. But we will just start L with Al. And then pick at least 4 characters. In my in my hours of this game, I've found it is best to play with 5 CPUs. And you'll see, I'm realizing now I haven't explained how this game works, but that's because I can't. This game, you've really just gotta see it to understand how it works. Sarucho's turn. I doubt Ryazaki approves of Kira's actions. So, essentially, there are these little points in the bottom here, these influence points, and you use those essentially to talk. This is your talking stick, if you will. And essentially, the goal of this game is there's Kira and Al, and you pick which one, and the goal of it's much like Death Note. The goal of Kira and Al is to find the other one. And so among these 5 people here, one of them is Kira. And so your goal as L is to catch him and arrest him. It does generally work the same both sides for both Kira and Al, but there are slight differences. And this little handy meter down here indicates how much people trust you. Or how much people doubt you, to be more specific, because trust and doubt are 2 separate metrics in this game. As Al, if you get arrested, the game is auto-lost, obviously. So, Sarucho is making a statement up here, saying that he wants to gain some trust and lower my overall doubt. Trust as a value is tied to each individual, 2 people, when doubt, meanwhile, is essentially collective. And You'll see. I'm going to choose to agree, which has used up 20 talking points, because that now lowers my doubt and makes it less likely for me to get voted. But do know that Sarucho is trying to put trust in people. And if, as Kira, if you get your trust bar to 100 on a specific person, they will tell you 2 people who are not L, which can be completely detrimental to the L team. I'm not gonna say anything here. Okay, Water is agreeing, interestingly. Light can be Kira. Okay, a lot of people trusting each other. Sutro comes in to disagree. Interesting. So as L, you see, if Loki, who is this game made for though? Me. Okay, I don't count apparently. Edgy teenagers in the 2000s. Hi, Chaotic Overlord. How are you doing? As L, if a false arrest is made, it lowers your maximum influence points. So as L, it's in your best interest to not get people voted until you know, like, they're Kira. Or you have reason to suspect them as Kira. Okay, interesting. So he's now... Sutro was putting suspicion on him. He's now trying to gain his trust. Sutro doesn't put Matsu's criminal profile. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of disagree. Because he was putting trust in one person and then used some of his points to counter and get someone's suspicion up. But you know what I'll do? I'll let it slide for now, because I don't want to intervene. Because then that's going to make it too obvious that I'm Al. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my turn. Actually, let's see what he does here. So we won't solve the case that way. Okay, Light stepping in to defend. Pretty swell, actually. That is good to hear. It's an act... Okay. Isn't this the person... No, Misa was putting trust into Watery earlier. Right? I think so. You know what? I am going to counter. And now... This is where arguments begin, where it essentially becomes a bidding war with your influence points for the event, for the outcome. So Misa put a statement that lowers Sarucho's doubt and heightens her individual trust in him. I am countering to essentially reverse those effects. And it's the funniest thing. It's this game's dialogue is so poorly translated, but that makes it so endearing. Huh. Debate 1, yeah. Okay. So I'm essentially gonna test the waters. I'm gonna try put a small amount of doubt into Mr. Yagami over here. And if he overreacts and like starts trying to argue avidly against Mr. Yagami, you're a fool. then he's a suspect. Okay, Misa's stepping in. Interesting. My thoughts will not be swayed. Don't you get it? This is futile. Debate 1. Oh, interesting. So I didn't explain this because I'm bad at explaining things. Each character has an individual, essentially, power move they can play, which uses up a huge chunk of their influence points. Light's one sets his doubt to an immediate 0. Misa's Kira, right? I'm just gonna see how this goes, because I want to know... Is it a game? So he's now... She's now putting trust in Watri again, interestingly. You know what, I agree. I don't think Light is Kira. What do we do? I say, because we want to keep general trust levels high, because the higher someone's trust in you, the less likely they are to counter-argue. But obviously you've got to be careful, because with every trust statement, it lowers their doubt. So if this guy ends up being Kira, it becomes harder to get them arrested in the long run. But I have faith in Matsuda. Beg to differ, interesting. So... So is it involved with this case somehow? I'm gonna leave that. Interesting of Misa to come in and defend Lai. I don't think Kira would want to do that. Because as Kira, you're going to want to get everyone else's doubt up so that it's less likely of you getting voted. Okay. I say we vote for Mr. Yagami here. We'll see if he ends up actually being arrested. Because I've got minimum vote turned on, so... Okay, yeah. He's getting out. Alright, we done goofed. Ryuk just shows up for this. False arrest. L's maximum influence has been reduced by 20. Okay. And now, here's the interesting part. As Kira, you can write names in the Death Note between each round. But as L, you get to investigate someone, and essentially you pick whichever one you want, and you can mark them. They will either be marked as 100% Kira, or not Kira at all. I'm gonna go... I don't think Light is a suspect at the moment, because he's been... While he's been putting doubt in people, yes, he's also coming in to defend people. Same kind of goes with Misa. I'm gonna go Watari, because he seems to like to talk a lot. We got him. Okay. So now, much like Death Note, the anime and manga, we know who Kira is. We just have to prove it. Ooh. Okay, and Kira has killed Misa. Alright. So here's the play, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, what is the play? Yeah, the play is literally now just keep putting suspicion on Wataru until a little doubt marker appears. You see this doubt meter? Only... what's it called? Only once they hit these little bars will, like, the amount of doubt in you be shown to the public, making it easy for them to get voted. Because everyone is... it shows that everyone collectively agrees that this person is suspicious. Okay, this is good, this is good. Okay, Matsuda agrees. This game's so goofy, I love it. I won't lie, this is exclusively what I was doing while the channel was on a bit of a break during exam season. I was just playing this game. Okay. That was the thing I was talking about. He's heightened his trust in me and essentially forced me to reveal two people who aren't Al. That's why that little trust bar appeared that I clicked past very quickly. God, I can't speak. Okay. We got this. Consider it? Yes, I agree. See, this is the information shared thing I was saying about. And you'll see what that looks like when we play as Kira in the next game. Alright. Caffeine Eve. Hello, Caffeine Eve. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thinking, yes! Yes, light! No, Matsuda, you idiot! Okay, light's coming to the rescue. It's gonna be okay. And now, we get him voted out. Why are people here not voting for Watery? What did they mean by... What could... I work with a bunch of idiots. There is also a follower in this game. I don't understand how it works, I'm not gonna lie. That's tragic. Alright. Well, we will now start a new game. Play as Light. And do Kira. And now we just select the same group. Sorry, Aizawa and Mogi, I believe they are. Yeah, those are their names. I can't believe I know that. I just like these guys more because they're the main characters, so I pick them whenever I play this game. Hint messages off because they suck. Start game with chosen settings. Alright. So now it is the same kind of deal as Kira. Just... well, it's kind of the same, but also the exact opposite. Same sort of goal of you are one role, you've got to find the other without being found out. But where as L, your job is to keep everyone's trust high and keep everyone's doubt on one person. As Kira, your job is to pretty much have everyone's doubt high and then put trust in one person so they'll give you the information. And you'll see what I mean. I'm just going to pass these turns because I'm just going to see who already has the most trust in me before I start making moves on who I want voted out. Because the game just assigns random values of trust at the start. So we can either start... So the best plan here is to just put trust in our father and say, that doesn't match Kira's criminal profile. And that should raise that blue bar. And once that blue bar reaches the maximum, that's where the fun begins. So what Mr. Young is thinking. It can't be... They go by too fast for me to keep reading them aloud. But it can't be understated how funny the, what's it called? The arguments are. Because none of these people sound like they're in the same room. Man, do you like Chief? You know what? No, there's no point agreeing because that won't increase my trust. Misa W. Yes, thank you, Misa. Just gonna quickly check sound and stuff. Yeah, okay. Alright. Watery's turn. Giagni. You know what? I'm gonna, even though it doesn't really help me, I'm gonna counter. Because then these guys aren't gonna really think I'm Kira. Because Kira wouldn't want to lower people's doubt, would they? Capture Kira, okay. Doesn't really help me, because I'm going to need to get someone's doubt increased. Oh yeah, we want to agree with this, because that's going to lower my doubt. But it'll do, it'll do. Now, We're gonna do this. We're gonna get his trust to 100. But there's gonna be a bit of a target on my back now, because they're gonna have noted. White Misa, please. I'm sure I'm right. Debate 1. This game's cinema. Okay. Matsuda and Misa on L, leaving L between these people. So now, we want to try and get one of them voted out. Is Kira not supposed to be here right now? You know what? I'm gonna counter that. I disagree. Guess I win. Okay, yeah, he's raising doubt and someone's disagreeing with him. He's an easy target to get voted. I feel like an evil mastermind playing this game. I feel like Kira. I feel like Hunger Games, you know, so very random shit happens between them. The strangest situations. I should do stuff like that just on stream. Is get random characters and put them in a Hunger Games. That was your bread. That's incorrect. Misa's not wrong. Debate 1. Yeah, okay. The plan is now to put doubt on Watery. Okay. It's just too good at rhetoric compared to Ryuzaki, for real. Oh, the argument bolstered the debate, was bolstered by the debate, so, okay. Let's just hope this time everyone doesn't just turn on me randomly and not vote Watery out. In the end we will win. Yes, I agree. And there's no doubt about it. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy voted. I think the best plan here is to play the long game, because my last two L suspects are these two. And so I won't kill anyone this round. I'll try and get Ryuzaki voted while Sarucho Yagami has trust in me, and then I can backstab him and kill him if he ends up being L. Oh, he was Al. GG's. That's the thing with this game. I just overthink it and start... Hell yeah. Easy snipe. And then just completely forget that there is a possibility that the person I just voted is actually Al. Well... Now, I think what I'll keep doing is, like, alternating between Elle and Kira. Who should we play as? Hmm. Does chat have any suggestions? Oh, yeah, I'll sip my drink while I wait. Oh, it's empty. Okay, I'm not hearing anything from... Oh. Misa, perhaps? Alright, we'll do Misa. Actually, we are just going to double up and do Kira twice then, because I specifically want to show just how broken Misa's unique argument is. So, unique selling argument. Set a person's trust to 100. So we are going to do Kira again, because... you guys just gotta see, there should be a tier list for characters in this game. And if there was, Misa would be an S tier. Because Misa is by far the most broken character in this game. So we just ignore what everyone's saying here. You should totally make one. I won't lie, I might have to. Okay, he's putting trust, yeah. I literally don't care about these. I'm just going to show off Misa's unique argument and how ungodly broken she is. Alright, stun, unique. Alright, which one has the least trust in me? You. Lots of friends. Dun 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 dun! Quote from the anime. Trust is set to 100, and now we already instantly know two people who aren't L, being Matsuda and Light. Okay. And now, we just pick one of these two to get voted. Mr. Yagami is... nuh-uh. Insane Misa W. The music in this game is so good. So, Chatters, I started a game called Shadow of the Colossus earlier today. And it is really good. You'll be like, Dad, yes, thank you, Light, okay. Shadow of the Colossus is a game I've been dying to play for a while now, and it was on my backlog. Essentially, it's kind of an open world game, but the thing that makes it stand out, essentially, is there's almost nothing in that open world, which most times would be an insult to the game. But essentially how Shadow of the Colossus works, is you are told pretty much nothing except kill the 16 Colossus, here's the rough direction of the first one. And you just kind of discover everything on your own. Light, please stop arguing with me. Stop! Debate 1. We just used up so many influence points. But it was worth it. Please nobody argue with that. Light, stop. God damn it, Light. Oh no, they're going for me. Okay, what do we do? We might have just played too bold. We've definitely played way too bold. Alright. Let's just try and put some trust in Matsuda so they're less likely to vote me. Okay, Ryuzaki passes his turn. Yes, yes, okay. Alright, that came in clutch. And now I can agree with the statement that essentially makes me seem innocent, because that's how this game works for some reason. And now my doubt is lower and there's no longer a doubt marker on me. I'm being honest. I think we'll vote him out. If he's not Al, I say we murder Wataru. Because, I don't know, he seems to keep trying to defend people. He doesn't seem to want to get anyone voted. Sorry, Wataru seems to keep being a key player in these. So, let's use the Death Note, shall we? Judging someone who is not Al will half your maximum influence. But if we judge Al, we win the game instantly. Write Wataru's name. Afraid I've lost. Hell yeah. Huge brain. This game's so good. It's just simple fun. And you know what? That's all I need in this life. You know what? How long is this streaming going on for? Okay. Because this isn't going to be a long stream. I'll just do like an hour and a half. You know what? Chat, I'm going to show you guys something very cool. If we get off of our very legal DS, Google Death Note Kira game all characters cheat code. Save file. Here we go. And then I'm just gonna quickly hide my screen. Shout out to whoever that was on Reddit who just okay, cheats. Add cheat. Control V. Description. Characters. Submit. Turned on. Okay. Now, hopefully, if we hit solo, new game. Hell yeah, okay. So all of a sudden, mysteriously, all of the characters that you'd usually have to obtain by playing the normal mode are now here. So you can play as the likes of Part 1 characters such as Rei Penba, Nami Misura, Sayu Yagami, Higuchi, it goes on. But then you can also play... Oh, and Kiyomi Takeda. You can also play as characters who don't appear in Part 1 of Death Note, such as Nier, Teru Mikami, and of course my actual goat, Mello. Literally me right here. And so we're gonna play... You're never gonna guess who I'm gonna play as. Play L. And... all I'm gonna say is playing this game like you think. I made the joke earlier in this stream that none of these characters sound like they're in the same room when talking to each other. That is only bolstered when you play Light, Misa, Nier, Mikami, L, or Ryuzaki, and of course Mello. And maybe I just sound completely insane to you all. But I can assure you, this is really funny. Light's turn. Misa involved in the case some way. Interesting. And Misa immediately disagrees, and Light is... Huh. Would you look at that? So I can tell Mello's not Kira. Yeah, probably. Shout out to Mello. Mello is... I don't know, I can't say he's my favourite character. He's my favourite non-Light and L character. Because everyone's favourite characters are bloody Light and L. Mello is so cool. You know what, yeah, let's put some trust in Misa to get rid of the doubt marker on her. And... also... just general trust. He says, Kira, are you brain dead? Mello's just perpetually angry. No, wait a second. I'm obviously right. And you'll never believe this. Debate what? Probably not Kira. Yeah, he doesn't sound very convincing. I'm believing Mello could be Kira. Yeah, that I can agree with. Nier's turn. I'm doubtful that Light is Kira. Interesting. And Misa's agreeing. Very bold claim so early on, Nier. Alright, now Mikami. Mikami is by far the funniest character. So, essentially everything Mikami says has the reverse effect. Because for those who here have not seen Death Note, first of all, what is wrong with you? God, I'm in such a weird mood today. And essentially everything he says works. So for those who haven't seen Death Note, Mikami is a Kira fanatic. He is obsessed. So even when playing this silly little game where you've all got to find Kira, he's still glazing Kira. And so he says, Light, I could never worship you. Which you would assume means this guy is not trustworthy. But if you look at the top of the screen... because Mikami's saying he thinks that Light isn't Kira. And he's a Kira... And I won't lie, this keeps tripping me up. Like, this, you'll see what I mean. Pass, interesting. Interesting. That's so silly. Misa's sorry, but I don't trust you. Now it's got Kira written all over them. What a load of shit! I forgot about that! Oh my god, I love this game! I love this game so much! Well, I have been using that as a react. I have that screenshot saved on my phone, and I've been using it as a reaction image for the past, like, I mean, since Christmas, so at least the past month. Alright. I think one of these two is... Actually, who do we think is... I'm just gonna test the waters a bit with Nier. Nier definitely knows something. If he not likely interest, I'm obviously right. Okay, but he doesn't argue back. Like, he argued back once, but then he isn't... Because I will solve this case. He who strikes first wins. God, he's so cool. I love Death Note, man. And L's final little special ability is everyone's Tao is set to 50. No matter what it was originally. Ignore Amane for the time being. God, I beg for your forgiveness. Shout out to Mikami. Mikami is such a cool character. Putting trust in Misa, interestingly. I feel like one of these two is probably Kira. Interestingly, Kira and ex-Kira. Okay, we're gonna lower... Actually, is it a good play to lower everyone's down? No. We're just gonna put some trust into Ryazaki. And then that leaves the doubt markers... Oh, also on myself, concerningly. But mainly between these two. And obviously if one gets voted, then well, the other isn't. So I'm gonna counter that. Not a chance. I'm gonna counter that again. They've made it too risky to add names to the Death Note. So Mikami here just doesn't... isn't hiding the fact he's ex-Kira. Like, in the slightest. Who to eliminate? I'm gonna go Mikami. Yeah. Nier looks so done. He always looks done. Like... I am but a loyal servant to God. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you were Kira? No, clearly not. Okay. I'm the obvious choice to replace Al. Thank you, Mello. I agree. Mello will always be Al's successor in my heart. Okay. So now we know for a fact this guy isn't Kira. So we now need to work to make sure he doesn't get voted. He would be the god, not the servant. Right. Okay, some way. You know, I do agree. But I don't really have the influence points. You know what? No, I can do this. I can afford to agree. I can't remember if I've ever mentioned this on stream, but, an interesting little tidbit from the hold on. Information shared light to me, sir. Right. That's strange. An interesting little tidbit from the Los Angeles BB murder cases is the book is narrated by Mello. It is essentially a second-hand story. Misa, you were just putting trust in this person. How inconsistent. And Mello says in the Los Angeles BB murder cases, in one of his random little side notes, that he was a lot closer to Al, like, as a friend, than Nier was. And it makes me wonder. Like Kira, Nier hates to lose. I like that, that's fun. It makes me wonder if Al lived long enough to actually decide on a successor. Would he have chosen Mello? Because don't get me wrong, I don't know. I once again, I suppose it does just open up the same old debate of the two. Kira would likely be Misa. You know what? I agree. Misa's being very inconsistent. Misa is playing 5D chess. Yes, 5D chess as Kira. Counter. What a load of shit. Exactly what I'm thinking, Mallow. Okay, I think, honestly, I really need that doubt marker to disappear. Yeah, we're just gonna put a little bit of doubt on Misa. Let's see if she, like, crazy overreacts. She doesn't. I'm gonna counter that. But yeah, Mello was always more, I don't know, bold compared to Nier. Although Nier was maybe a bit more of a by-the-books version of Al. I don't know. Same old thing about... Okay, Nier's... Bitch, you're Kira. Like... Hold on, I'm so tired of, like, pretending any of these... There's, like, a possibility. This person's Kira. Misa is definitely Kira. Yeah, Misa's Kira. See, Mello is literally me. I am so tired of entertaining the concept of anyone else here being Kira. What do you mean? What could you possibly mean? Alright, it doesn't really matter who we pick. The original suspect. Nier is Kira. I feel like I'm gonna get my name written in the notebook. No, okay. I feel like I was playing way too involved there. Alright. It is once again a game of knowing who Kira is, We now just have to prove it. I don't agree. You literally were just agreeing with me, like, what do you want about? Oh, okay. It's definitely gotten to the point where Nier probably knows I'm L by now. It's just a matter of surviving. I'm obviously right. I must disagree. Are you screwing with me? That's hardly logical. Why don't you just shut the hell up? What AA are the non-Kira, non-L characters running on? Are like motors and stuff. They are also trying to get Kira out. They all. So essentially, if L wins, everyone else but Kira wins. It's just L is given superpowers. Here's behind whoopsies. Hey Ashley! Ashley, this game is cinema. Ignore how little it makes sense. I won't make up for a misguided decision. You're Kira and I'm sick of pretending you're not. I know I said that about Misa before we arrested her. But I'm actually right this time. Okay. How many we got to vote? I love that. That facial expression looks like the... Oh god, this is such a random reference that only I would make. But that specific frame of his eyes being widened out looks like the scene where Mello is sat in the chair when he's just spoken to the Shinigami Sido attached to his Death Note and found out that the 13-day rule is fake, and he's going, did Kira know these rules were false? Imagine not near either. We've done the little vindicating evidence, if you will, to use Death Note Killer of In terms, which is the other Death Note game. This will be your undoing there. We know for a fact he is Kira. Now we just hope the investigators agree with me. No. Okay. Okay. We win. I like his eyes in the background, so ominous. He's just like that. Children. Let's go! My brain is huge. Victory! And I'm not second best anymore, I'm number one, says Mello. Shout out to Mello. I love Mello. That was actually a really intense game. I love that. That was great. You know, there's a part of me, I haven't actually played with any of the other characters outside of the ones I've shown on this stream. I do kind of want to try Nami Misura. Sort of doubt with the selected person. I know, but maybe we'll do another game with this group. We'll do one, because we've done one L game. We'll do one Kira game as Mikami, aka the funniest person in this game. And then maybe we'll change up who we're playing with. How are you, by the way, Ashley? Sorry, I'm so engrossed in absolute cinema. Okay, what is Mikami Stunning? Remove one doubt Pokemon for every person who has one. Interesting. Okay. We'll put some trust into Light. Light, you're not God. Hate to break it to you, buddy. So... God will smite you for your blasphemy. That's... You believe that to be true justice? And I will be forced to delete you. Mikami has no chill in this game. These are NPC characters in a Death Note licensed DS game from 2007. I don't think that AI is advanced enough to get him close to 5D chess. I beg to differ. Okay, Nier and Mello aren't Al. So now we gotta make sure that Nier doesn't get arrested. Because we want someone else to be arrested. Wow, they're really going at it. Don't underestimate Misa. You know what? This is true. And I'm gonna take this time to ramble. Misa is such an underrated character in Death Note. Like... both from, like... hold on. Sure, I'll let that go through. Both from, like, a writing standpoint, but also an intelligence standpoint. I think Misa is just a very interesting character from... Kira, are you brain dead? Yes, I agree. There is justice in what you say. From, like, a writing standpoint, and also, like... she's so much more than just the girl that Light abuses. And I think there's a lot to be said about... kind of how she represents the cult around Kira. And... yeah, I just think she's a very interesting character. Yes, I agree. There is justice in what you say. I do think she's a very interesting character with her backstory of why she does what she does as Kira. Because, for those who don't know, Misa... Misa was supposed to die... like, way before the events of the anime, when a stalker tried to stab her, but a Shinigami intervened and gave up his, life for Misa. And although Misa didn't know it was a Shinigami, she kind of gets the sense, after that incident, that she's living on borrowed time, and therefore wants to start, like, essentially wants to contribute herself to something and make her life meaningful, and she finds a purpose in Kira, essentially. Misa part. She looks so unhappy. She's not happy she's the only person with a doubt marker on her. And I won't go into it too much here, because I don't think now is nor the time nor the place when we're playing the silly Death Note DS game. But I think Light and Misa's relationship is a lot more mutually abusive than how the community likes to paint it as it was just Light abusing Misa. Yeah, we're gonna try and get Misa voted out. Amane, God, thank you for allowing me to speak to you like this. You would think that increases her trust, but no. And because don't get me wrong, I do like to joke around with the Misa's just a bit of an idiot, like, joke in the community, but I do generally think that is incorrect. And I think although Misa isn't as, like, raw intelligence smart as, let's say, Light, L, Near, whatever, I think she's, like, cunning in her own way. Hey, so the rest of L names are out in the background, so it remains just L. That's neat. Yeah, it is cool. I thought that is a very nice detail. Okay, I can't really do anything here because I'm run out of influence points. Anyone could be Kira. Thank you, Ryazaki. Okay, this is good. This is good. Like the thing she does to find out that Light is that who Kira actually is with the Shinigami eyes and all that is actually, I think, very smart. No, why are we? Please. If this guy isn't actually Al, I'm gonna be a bit annoyed because this was the guy that had full faith in me. I'm not. Okay. You know what? Here's the plan. We're gonna use the Death Note on Ryazaki. And there's already a lot of doubt on Misa, so in the long run, we can get her voted if L isn't L, essentially. Evil must be punished. I love the little... He says delete. That's cool. I like Death Note, and this is full of Death Note. Happening? Why are you killing L, Lucas, Lucario, Ryazaki? L fans. Okay, we know who L is, people. It's just a matter of turning everyone against her. They weren't telling they were playing Death Note because I don't know L had Batman as resources essentially, and we said I agree. I don't think intelligence is overplayed per se, but I do agree there is definitely more to her Death Note, like the factors at play, than just intelligence. Like, I don't know, you guys probably don't spend so much time in the Death Note community as I do, but there's a bit of a saying, God will smite you for your blasphemy, by the way, of all Light had to do was figure out someone's name. Meanwhile, L's job was to prove that gods of death exist in a court of law. Essentially, the point of the saying being, like, Light was playing with a significant advantage at the start. Like, L was essentially playing chess blindfolded and still almost won. And if we're being honest here, L could absolutely... Okay, interesting play, Misa. You're digging your own grave. What was I saying? I completely lost my track. The thing that kept Light and Misa going so long was because they couldn't they didn't know how Light was killing these people. Because from essentially their perspective, Light and Misa were just wishing death upon these people, and it was working. And for something as high profile as the Kira case, that isn't going to hold up in a court of law. They had to either prove they were psychic, or find out how they were killing, which was obviously the Death Note. And so, once the Death Note was on the table... I need to counter this. I'm kind of getting my ass beat right now. This isn't good. It's fine, okay. Change of tactics. We're just going to make sure that I don't get voted out. Because after that, we can just write Misa's name in the notebook, and we'll be fine. Thank you, Mella. Crap. Let's see if we can get Mello to trust me a bit. I think we might be fighting a losing battle here. I'd ask that the team keep a log of everything Mikami says. I think that is a good idea, given he has, given what the shit he's been saying. Okay. So, my point being, once the Death Note was on the table, and, like, both sides knew, oh, we don't even have to kill her. It was so easy for Nier and Mello to just clean it up. Like, Light kept going for 5 years, obviously, because he had those fake rules written in the notebook that inadvertently cleared him. As God commands, hell yeah. But then once the 13-day rule was disproved, and like Nier and Mello were playing the game essentially, it was obvious. And it was an easy job for Nier and Mello. Alright, let's change up who we're playing, like the characters we're playing with a bit. I'm gonna actually play as Nomi Misura because she's one of my favorites. She shows up for like 2 episodes, 2.5 essentially. She gets 1 scene in a previous episode, and then gets 2 episodes dedicated to her almost catching Light, let's be real, and then dies, and has maybe the most fucked up death in the series. Right, who do we want to play with? Let's do Ray Penba, obviously. Sayu is actually going to be hilarious. Then we'll do Higuchi. I'm keeping Mikami in because he's goddamn hilarious. And oh no, chat. What else who else do you think we should keep in? Pick one more. We need one more person. This will probably end up being our last game as well. Light's dad? Yeah, I'm happy to do Light's dad. Alright. Hit messages off. There's like dozens of edits of Naomi's scene going differently than in canon, and then it got like being recorded. Yeah, to be fair, if Light, like, literally all it took was Naomi to give Light 2 false names. So, okay. And it was over. I'm pretty sure the writers even said themselves, why is there a child here? Why do we bring a child to this? Sayu is like 11, by the way. Oh, he looks so funny in this. Okay. I say we need to keep trust just generally high at the moment. I'm gonna investigate with you. Think so too. Hell yeah, Ray Penba. I'm pretty sure the writers even said that the reason they had to kill Naomi off so early. Sayu, I could never follow you. Is purely because she solved the case too quickly. Like, Naomi Mizuru was able to figure out almost as the moment that Ray Penba died that Kira could kill in other ways than just a heart attack. And Light pretty much immediately loses a huge edge. She's also a main character in the Los Angeles BB murder cases. On the fence about Sayu. I've not been paying nearly enough attention to know what's going on. Now that's controversial. Oh, I need a screenshot of that. That's a fantastic reaction image. Okay, I don't think Kira would want to do that. I say... I say Higuchi's our most likely suspect. We'll just build trust generally for now. Let me put it on investigate review. He's up to something. He keeps trying to put doubt on the same person. Okay, you have to spell it out to me. Oh, you're a funny looking individual. Interesting of me to step in. Sorry? Okay, I think right now we just lower because am I the last? No, but this will be my last turn. Let's just lower the doubt on everyone Even though it has used up a huge chunk of our point. Okay, that's not good. Ray is still a suspect. Oh, God. I'm talking like Mimi's hair. Yeah, Mikumi's hair is. Hold on, what is? What? You've been drinking. I take it back. Mikumi might not be the best character in this game. I feel like this ends in Ray's confinement. Yeah. No, I don't think it does. No, okay. Bye, Ray. He's not Kira. Okay. Right, we've got Kira down to 3 now. Right, let's try focus a little more. Was it in the anime? It was supposed to be referencing the part where he takes the ideal from Ram. And obviously he says, now with these eyes, I'm invincible. I vote we take a snack break. You're so right. Thank you, Sayu. God, this game is fantastic. I love this game. Okay. Now we know he's not a suspect. It would be good to have him on our side. He falls on deaf's ears with Yagami. That's what I've been getting at. You look like that one face model. What's that one like face model that a me can have on like the Nintendo Wii? I'm planning on doing this. I need a break. Why don't you go take the snack break that Sayu was talking about? Okay. You're really certain that your own daughter is Kira. I think maybe Mikami is our best bet. Because he's the only one here using trust. Never mind. You know, let's do a bit of water testing with Mikami. That won't help Mikami. Will he? No. Okay. He's stepping in to counter. You know, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna let him win this argument. She looks so sad. No. Okay. Yeah, Mikami keeps trying to heighten trust in people. I think... I'm playing way too indecisively. I think we're just gonna have to see if we can get Mikami out. I'm gonna agree, because then that stops anyone from disagreeing. And I... Okay, I'm actually taking a photo with that and sending that to someone right now. Sorry, I'm taking a quick break. There we go. I had to... This is worse than the time that I accidentally said tough on stream. Yes, I agree. I would know this because I'm Al and I used vindicating evidence. One of these days, if I can get 8 to 10 people together, I should so do a Death Note Killer Vin stream. Cause it would be a lot of fun, cause I like Death Note. I just have to genuinely drag, like, a bunch of people in who probably either don't know about Death Note or don't care about it nearly as much as I do. Mikami... Oh yeah, okay. He did just waste all of our influence points, but worth it because now he's on double doubt markers. He's going for Yangmi's trust again. No, Higuchi, you silly. I'm suffering. I'm actually suffering. Okay, please get Mikami out. I'm so... Yeah, okay, we got this. Refuse God's ideals. Let's go! We got him. Kira's behind bars. Good stuff. I'm feeling one more game. Yeah, I'm feeling one more game playing as Kira. You know, can we play as... Could we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, I'm not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could absolutely do a group of people, and they're all exclusively... Wait, we could do a group of people who are all exclusively investigators, and then do we have enough Kiras? Because we've got 1, 2, 3... No. To be fair, there are only actually 4 Kiras in the anime, so I don't know what I was thinking. You know, hear me out. We're gonna do Ryuzaki as Kira. And then just do exclusively people who were on the Kira task force. Isn't there light twice? Yeah, but if you have one light, you can't have the other, if that makes sense. I mean, it could be Kira, right? Interesting statement, Matsuda. If that's even your real name. Are you saying I'm wrong? Debate 1. I've been actually reading the manga recently for Death Note, because I just watched the anime, and I've slowly been buying, oh wait, I don't think I've ever actually seen Nier's stun ability. If you can't solve the puzzle, you're nothing but a loser. Hell yeah. Oh, just, okay. Nami's just not allowed to speak until her next turn. Who trusts us the most? Ray Penborough, I guess. I've been buying the black editions of the Death Note manga, which are essentially like the deluxe editions. And I have volumes 1 and 4 of it, and I've been reading through volume 1 recently, and I just got to the part where, like, Nami Misa is introduced. She's a goat. She's actually, like, the coolest character. All the signs point to Nami. Interesting. You know what? I'll agree with that. Works for me. What do we think of this concept? Sorry, I read so many turned up in the first season of Death Note. You think of this concept? It would be interesting. But I mean, he's dead. Yeah, he is dead by the time of death, or he's killed by Kira. So I low-key could see Vivi, like, Light choosing to work with him, though, purely because, like, Vivi just wants to beat, what's it called? Vivi wants to beat L. I don't think, honestly, it would actually be an interesting dynamic. Because I think Vivi wouldn't tell Light what L looks like, or his name even, his real name. Assuming he knew. We don't really know the relationship between Wami's house students and L, really. We can just kind of assume. I do think Nier and Mello did know L's real name, though. But that's just, it's completely up to interpretation, and I'm losing the point. I genuinely think, because Beyond Birthday's goal is to create the one case that L cannot solve. So, for that to work, L has to be alive. So I think BB would actually just assist Light in making it impossible for Kira to be caught. But just not outright give up L's identity. You know what, yeah, okay, we now know that she is an L, so we need to shift the blame somewhere else. It may be too late to do that, though. Oh no, we've still got a good chunk of turns. Down on the Death Note law. I read the Los Angeles Being Murder cases quite recently, and I won't lie. So, spoilers, obviously. It is real. I thought it was really cool, because he gets arrested and all that, and you're given a bit of like a epilogue of what Naomi's up to after the case and all that. And then the book just ends with the final paragraph. And it's like, hold on, I have it screenshotted. I will read it out. Where's the camera? A few years after his arrest, on January 21st, 2004, serving a life sentence in California prison, Beyond Birthday died of a mysterious heart attack. And that's how the book ends. And it's the coolest thing. I can die peacefully knowing Matsuda will catch Kira. I disagree. Wait, no, we didn't want to do that. We know that Matsuda... My bad. That was a bit stupid of me. We might have done goofed ourselves. We might need to just get Soricho killed. Okay, yeah. You know, actually, assuming we get enough influence points, is that enough? No. Okay. We're just gonna spam doubt Sutro. We need to get him out. My thoughts will not be swayed. Debate 1. Sorry, I just need to answer Discord. Interesting, interesting. Yep, okay. If we do that, that gets our safety secured. And hopefully means we can get Soricho voted. Nice, okay. The plan now, I think, is play the long game. We're not going to use the notebook. People already were putting suspect on near earlier. I think we play to that. Because this guy trusts me completely. Matsuda, fine. He might cause problems later. Naomi trusts me enough. I think we can get near out. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you're gonna be so easy to get arrested. I mean, I don't think Sutro would ever actually use the notebook. Because he's a very lawful individual. Unlikely. Let's see how this works. Is that near? Agree. Once just one person is out, it becomes so much easier to like control meetings. Okay, I'm gonna have to counter that. I don't know what the Rogan cause hero looks like in this game. I think, if I remember correctly, he says something along the lines of, maybe it's a good thing that I'm not good at this. Nah, we need to have you sentenced to death. Okay, that is essentially a death sentence. Good news is that if I'm wrong, like in the long run, if he ends up being Al, he seems to trust me completely. I think it is most likely that Nier is Al, but okay, that does put a bit of doubt in me, but it's fine. Because it's very low. Alright. His doubt is already on the max. I say we put trust in Matsuda, because then that makes him less likely to vote me, and it also reduces his doubt, so it's almost a double whammy. And then that means Nier is more likely to get voted. Yeah, I think we've won this. Oh! Isn't that interesting? And in the long run, my greatest ally was secretly Al. Farewell, Ray Penba. I can't help but feel conflicted. Yeah, I love this game. It's goofy. It's very random, but it is a lot of fun, and it's just a good game to like just chill and yeah, I love that game. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you Caffeine Eve. Thank you Chaotic Overlord. Thank you Snakes Baked Cookies. Thank you The Baddest. Thank you anyone I've missed. Thank you those who watch the stream and don't even chat. Next stream. I genuinely have no clue. I will probably end up leaving a strange cryptic message in my community post and you guys can find out that way. Be sure to subscribe and all that. Yeah, this has been a real fun one. It's been a nice chill stream. And I love Death Note, man. And on that note, I've been Pathetic Ivy, and I bid you farewell.